Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are at Drew's hanging out, and he is installing the rock slide engineering steps. These are the really cool ones that have the electric motors that have the steps that kick out when you open up your doors, come back up when you shut them. So he's already got probably the hardest part of the install done, which is getting the body mount bolts out. And then he's installed the brackets. So now we're working on wiring, and Drew was making the comment that he really likes the kit because the wiring is external. Everything's underneath the Jeep. You don't have anything really running in the Jeep except for the switches that tells the system when the doors are open. So we're gonna play around with the wiring, have everything run, and then installation's pretty simple. I think you just have to lift everything up. So the instructions, I think, say for a buddy to help you out. So I'm the buddy, and we're going to get them installed and see how they do.
Alright, so it's going to go right there.
And then what was this for again? The door sensor?
Yep, this is one of the door sensors. So that way it knows the door's open.
Gotcha.
And it'll come down. And we're just going to wrap it around like this, I believe.
It looks like it's got nice padding around the wire so it doesn't get chafed by the door.
Alright. So now we should be able to close the door. I just want to test.
Yep.
Tested.
Okay, looks good.
Sweet.
Alright everybody, so I'm now under the Jeep here. I'm going to show you basically what we were talking about earlier, where Drew has already installed the mounts. That's going to be probably the hardest part of this installation, just because the amount of Loctite that Jeep put on the body mount bolts. What you want to do is get a torque wrench, put it to 100 foot-pounds, back off the bolts slowly. You'll get resistance, and then once you get basically won't go anymore, that's fine. Don't keep torquing, tighten it back down, and then back it off again, and that in and out motion will break up the Loctite so you can get them out. Because if you break them, these are blind holes. You have to basically cut into your body to get to the back side to get the rest of the bolt out. So real pain in the butt. So definitely take your time on it. Do not want to mess that up. But I'm going to show you the mounts right now. Alright, so this is the middle mount for the system, and basically it's real easy. You just take this bolt out, and then this is actually slotted. So that's going to slide in underneath the washer, or I guess below the washer, and then you just tighten back up to 100 foot-pounds. The way that they have the wiring set up on this is pretty cool. So everything is underneath the Jeep, and you actually run it along this cross member. The benefit to that is that you don't have to put another hole in your firewall, which I know Jeep does have that ability, but it's still a nice thing that everything's outside. You really don't have to worry about it too much. But I've talked with Drew here, who's doing the installation, and I'm just kind of helping. But he said it's been going pretty well so far, and likes the instructions, like the way the kit's put together. Alright guys, so Drew's getting ready to install the magnets, but this is how the front should look. With reference, it just goes right underneath the striker there.
Nice and clean. Alright. 1/4 inch, huh? That's what they say. You trust me? Is that right out there?
Sure.
Alright, let's see. Ooh. Alright, no idea. We won't know until we...
So we put it on, yeah.
I think this right here. Oh, that has to be right on.
Yeah, it looks pretty close. I mean, if it doesn't work, you know, I think those foam pads, honestly, are for if we mess up, we can move them around. Yeah. Worst case scenario, just get more 3M tape and put them on. So, do what?
So if they fall off.
Yeah, true. If they fall off, I mean, hopefully once it's on there, it's going to be on there. So, but no, just tighten up some of the wiring. This is tedious stuff, not really fun to film, but we're making progress, and soon we'll be throwing on the sliders. Alrighty, so we've got the magnets installed and the sensors for the doors. So now everything's basically done for the driver's side, or excuse me, passenger side. Still have to do the cutoff switch for on the driver's side. So right now Drew is basically putting all the trim pieces back. All right, so the next step is to install the cutoff switch. So we're going to remove the OBD2 port bracket and install the bracket from the kit. And to do that, you need an 8mm ratcheting wrench. I think is going to work best. Get up in there. It's pretty long-winded. Okay, so basically this just goes in the same hole that the OBD2 port uses. And of course there's like no room down here, so this is a lot of fun.
Hey, you volunteered.
Yeah, I know. Glutton for punishment. Okay. Alright guys, so one thing I found is if I put my finger here in this hole for the switch, I can hold the bracket and then just use the ratcheting wrench and get her started. And then make sure it's all lined up, and then tight is tight. Alrighty guys, so what we're doing is we're getting ready to install the kind of, what did you say,
it's like a buffer to protect the paint.
Yeah.
The body of the Jeep.
Yeah, so you're
just metal on metal.
You're right, exactly. So it says to have it 1 3/4 below the bottom of the door here. So we're just marking these off with some blue electric tape, or painter's tape rather, and then it's basically going to go right along that bottom. Alright guys, I do want to point something out here. The instructions that Rockslide gives for these sliders, it's amazing. Colored photos, good directions. I mean, I've installed, quite a few kits and stuff like that. But the level of detail on here is really, really good. So props to them. Really makes the job a lot easier. So we just did the passenger side with the guards, or the bump strap is what it's called, but now we're doing the driver's side, and then after that I think we're ready to throw some sliders on. Okay, so now Drew is installing the extension for the Gladiator. So there's a piece that goes in between the two halves so it's not rubbing up against them. And then there's 4 bolts that are going to connect the 2 pieces. Is that not the right one?
I'm assuming that's for the light.
Alright everybody, so Drew's got everything mounted up here, and we got it plugged in. That plug hanging rather. We think it's for the lights.
Oh, I gotta plug in this side still.
So you're gonna do that side. But yeah, look really nice. Alright everybody, so I'm here in the bed of Drew's Jeep Gladiator, and I'm going to help him rewire his KC lights. He got a really sweet new light bar, holds his spare tire here, and needs some help with the wiring. So called me up and glad to help. So I'm going to get to work on that, and we'll make it so he can have his off-road lights again. Alright everybody, so I was working on a side project for Drew here, is wiring up the KC lights on his new light bar. So I've got the 3 in the middle tied into one switch, and then the 2 on the outside are going to be in their own switch. So basically just splice the connectors together. I am using these butt connectors for this job just because I'm up here on the top of this and it's a little bit easier to do, but then making sure to heat shrink everything. And then I've got some new conduit there on the roof, and I'm going to tighten it up and use black zip ties to make it look professional. So didn't want to record it just because it's a kind of tedious job. Wiring usually is, but it's, you know, one circuit at a time, one wire at a time. Just take it easy, and even, you know, anybody can do it. So if I can do it, trust me, anybody definitely can do it. So Drew has got the body mount bolts torqued and on the passenger side, so he's working on the driver. Need to get some hardware for the pinch seam bolts because those were I guess missing in his kit. Not a big deal, pretty standard size, so I just had to go get some parts. But I'm gonna finish this up, and I think he's gonna finish his up, and we will wrap up the video. Here you can look, I like how they stick out from the body pretty good amount. I mean, they seem pretty stout, so
Yeah. 3 million bolts for it. Should there be a red light? Alright.
okay, time to give her a shot.
Well, they should just do it without the battery in the car, right?
Right.
Wait, is well.
What's not good?
It's not good.
Shut the door. So we may have had it off. Oh, good noises, good noises. Try her again.
Oh.
It's amazing what happens when you turn the switch off that turns it off the system.
I'm gonna see the other side. Well, I didn't know what, you know, if the dot means on or off. Why?
Interesting.
Why would one side work but the other doesn't?
Oh.
There you go. And plug it in. Yeah.
This is the fun part, troubleshooting. So we'll mess around with wiring, see what's going on. Obviously the other side works, so it's getting power, so that's good. And then come back to you when we get it working. All right, everybody, so we're gonna have to call it quits for tonight, or at least I am.
Yeah.
What's going on, Drew?
You're spending $3 grand and something doesn't work?
Yeah, so the passenger side, motor works, it's not getting power, we don't know what's going on. And it's the weekend, so...
Bad board.
Yeah, we're thinking it's a bad board, but manufacturer's closed, so we can't reach out to them and get some assistance, but pretty sure they'll...
I can get in easily, though.
Do what?
I can get in easily on my side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
go get in.
Caitlin, try it out. What? What'd you do, Drew?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is it off?
No, the fuse is in.
Okay.
Did you unconnect it?
Maybe.
No?
Katie's the smart one. No.
There it goes. You missed it.
It's fine.
Wow. That was so much easier to get into. That's cool.
What'd you say? You go try it.
Try to get in the back.
Just not on the passenger side. Well, anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. So Drew will get this straightened out. I'm sure he will. But I guess we'll catch you on the next one. And thanks for watching.